Hi guys, how are you doing? I'm Sergey from Russia and I improve my English with this YouTube channel. I'm glad to see you again and I want to thank you for your comments. I've read all of them and your comments motivate me to make more videos. Thank you for your support, for your subscriptions and for your likes. Today I want to tell you how you can use a plugin from Pixel Film Studios called FCPX Maps 1.1, and this is the second lesson about this plugin. In the previous lesson I told you how you can make straight lines, straight path from one city to another. If you want to make the path of plane flying. And today I want to tell you how you can make broken path. For example, if you want to make path of moving your bike. When you ride a bike in your city, you go from one street to another street, you move right, then move left, and today we will see how you can make this trajectory. And I want to tell you how you can use drop zones of this plugin. This plugin has one drop zone, two drop zones, and three drop zones. But today I'll tell you how you can make one drop zone and why you should to make it, and other drop zones make the same. The other drop zones make you can make the same way. So as I told, we will use this type of plugin. I press E button to put this generator on my timeline, and if you didn't see my lesson about this plugin, my first lesson, you can find it in the description and you should to watch it. If you want your animation to be longer, you should make longer this clip. How you can do this? You have to press Command D button, then enter the length of your animation. For example, I want animation to be 15 seconds long. So I press 15 on my keyboard, then 00, and this is 15 seconds. Then I press enter button and my clip became longer to 15 seconds. So then we go to the settings of this plugin. I don't want this thing and these copyrights, so you should roll to the bottom of settings of this plugin and check off these checkpoints, this Mapbox logo and this copyright. So I live in Pskov and I want to move in this city, and for example I have to enter a location, for example from Pskov, Paromenskaya Street. I have this name of street, Paromenskaya. If you want to enter the number of your house, you can do it. And I will go to the Pskov, for example, Gorkogo Street, Pskov, Gor Gorkogo. Then we should change the zoom level. You should try which type of zoom level will be good for you. For me, zoom level will be good. For example, 13 or 14. 14. You have to if you don't want this type of zoom level, of course you can change it as you want. So then we should check off 3D button, 3D checkpoint, because in the previous lesson we made trajectory of plane flying, trajectory flying of plane. And when the plane is fly, it drops shadow on the ground. And when we, for example, ride a bike, we don't have any shadow on the ground. So we have shadow, but this shadow is not the same as the shadow from airplane. And I think 3D in this type of map, we don't want 3D effect. So let's mapify. I press mapify button, then proceed button to generate the map. Okay, the map is generated, and let's watch what we have now. I don't see any animation. Dun, 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 dun. Why? I don't see any animation here, but I have to see it. I think this plugin doesn't recognize this type of streets, so I will try to enter it in Russia, because Pskov is a Russian city. Maybe I have to enter with Russian. Pskov Пароменская. Pskov Горького. Pskov. Okay, mapify then. Mapify, proceed. Let's watch what we have now. Okay, this type of animation, but I think this is too short path. I want to go from, for example, Gertzen Street to Западная улица. Let's try to make our animation longer. Mapify, proceed. Okay, we can change this point, so don't worry about it. If you want, you can make circle trajectory, circle path. If you move this and point to the, closer to the first point, and your trajectory, your path will be a circle, broken, but the circle. Let's go. I have to zoom in this this scale, this zoom of viewer, and I want to go, for example, from this point to this point, then here, then here, then here, then here, for example. So to add, and I want to change my first point, for example, to this point, for example, and then I want to go here. Okay, it will be the last point, and we will go there by the streets. So I move my playhead, for example, to the 2 seconds, one or 2 seconds. Then I press command button and click here. Then I have to refresh, setting path refresh. I turn off this checkpoint and then turn on. And I have another point. I move it, for example, here. Then I move my playhead here. Then I press command and click. Then path refresh, check off, check on. I put it here. Then I move for 1 or 2 seconds to the right. Then press command click here. Then path refresh, check. Then for example, I want to go here. Then I want to go maybe here. So I move to this point, then press here, path refresh, click, move it here, then I move it here. With this viewer navigator, you can move your picture, your frame, and you can move it. Click here. I want this point, for example, to be here. Then go here. Click here. Click here. Click. I want to move. Maybe here. Okay, it will be here, and this point will be the end of our path. Okay, let's watch what we have. Oh, I have to change my zoom level to fit to zoom to see what path we have, and we will change our position of our camera, and we are going to change rotation to make our picture more to have 3D effect. You will see. I think it's cool. Okay, so let's change the position and rotation of our map. I open rotation, then I want to change that to make our map closer to us. So let's do it. Oh no, not Z, but Y. No. Position. I want to change position first. Z to make our map closer to us. For example, so if you want, you can change X position and Y position to move your path in the center of your frame. Then I want to change the rotation to make my map more 3D. I want 3D effect. So I change. I have to change. So let's make our map far away a little bit to, and we will see the effect of changing transition, of changing rotation. Oh, so this type of effect I want to see, and then I change my position. Okay. This type I want to see. And if you want to, of course, you can animate these these parameters, because you have these keyframes, and if you want, you can keyframe your animation. So I want to use a picture of my bike on this trajectory, and I've imported it in my Final Cut. Here you can see this this picture, and if you want to make this picture to your path, you go to the path image controls, click to the drop zone, then click in your browser to choose your picture, and then click to the apply clip. But our my bike is rotate to the left, but I go to the right side of my map, so I have to rotate my picture of bike, and so to do this, I go to the path image controls, open this parameter, and I have to change image anchor rotation Y to 180, and you can see my bike is mirroring by horizontal. And when I play my animation, this bike is going from left to the right, and you can see that this picture is moving because we moved our map, and our bike is moved too. But if you don't this bike to be moved, you can change rotation by X of your picture, and you can see that the bike is as you want. So you go to the right, and sometimes if you want, for example, let's our endpoint will be, for example, here, and when I go to the right, my bike is going from back to front to back, and I want it to rotate in this position. I will zoom in to help you to see. In this position, I want this bike to rotate from right side to the left side. So I press here I put my playhead where I want to rotate my bike. Then I press to this button, image anchor point rotate, Y. Then I press on the right arrow on my keyboard, and here I change image anchor rotation to the 0, and you can see that my bike has rotated, dun, 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 and it goes from right to the left. You can see this type of animation. I think it's pretty good. Let's go far. Let's go. And I want to show you this thing. What is this? This is the drop zone. How you can use this? For example, you have a sponsor to your competition, to your bike competition, and if you want to say thanks for your sponsor, you can put logo of the sponsor to these drop zones. You can put their any advertisement or any picture. I have this type of video, but this video was very short. It was maybe 5 seconds long, and if you put it here, when it ends, when this animation, when this video ends, it doesn't plays again. And if you want to make it to play again and again and again from beginning to end, you have to click on this and then clip or open clip, and it was so type, and you have to copy your video inside your clip, I press option button and I move it here, and I've copied it here. Then I press option button and move it here, and I've copied it again. Then I press on this arrow and I go to my timeline, but this clip is longer three times. And just now I can put it here to the drop zone, and this advertisement, for example, will not end. It will be playing 3 times from beginning to the end. So how we can put it there? I go to the drop zone controls, click here, then click to my clip or image if you want in the browser, then apply clip, and you can see this thing here. But I want to move this drop zone to this point. How I can do it? So let's go to the position of drop zone. I open this parameter, and we should change X parameter and Z parameter. Please don't change Y parameter, because if you will change it, your drop zone will go into to your map. I'll show you. Please look here. I change Y, and your video go in your map. So we shouldn't change it. We should change only X and Z position, and I will change it to move my picture, my video here by X, and by Z I want to change to move it here. Okay, but our words, your text here, if you want, you can change it. For example, start point or sponsor or another. I will type sponsors, and we should move the words to our drop zone. How we can make it? We have to change position of our words to this to this to this to these points. Position of environment text x I changed to 9971 95 minus 95.71 and that position to 26.48. Okay, I press enter, but we don't see because the position of our words and this drop zone is the same, and it's on the another point, and we have to change a little bit y position to move our words closer to us from the drop zone, because it will be behind the drop zone. So if you want this reflection to be less, you can decrease reflectivity, for example, for this position. If you don't want reflectivity, you can move this parameter to 0, and you don't have this thing. If you don't want these words, you can environment text, you can check off this button, and you don't see this thing. If you want, you can animate position of this thing, and you should to press here, then move your drop zone, then move again and again, and your drop zone will be moving. If you want, we will do it. I press Shift I to move my playhead to the beginning of my selected part, and here I want the position of this advertisement to be, and please change this thing to the, for example, here, it will be here, and I click here to the add a keyframe, then I go to the end of my clip, Shift O button, and here I want this drop zone to be closer to us, so I change it to this position, for example, and as you can see, this drop zone moves from that point to this point. But just now we have just now position of moving our map is not good. You can see because in the bottom of our frame we have black zones, you can see. So we have to change our position by Z, X, Y, and maybe if you want you can animate rotation. Here in the first frame of our animation, I have to click to the position button here and the rotation button here. Then I change my playhead to the right, and here I want to change position of our map in the frame, and I do it by changing these parameters here, and I want to make the map closer to me a little bit, then here, then here, Okay, then I go to the right for the maybe to the end of our clip, and here I want to change the position too. I change Y position here. I change that position here. And if you want, you can change rotation. For example, I go to the beginning of my clip, Shift I, then I X position I change, for example, to this thing, and at the end, Shift O. At the end, I will change it a little bit, for example, so, and I will change it here. If you don't want these points, and I don't want them, you have to check toggle OSC checkpoint, click, so, and just now we have our animation. I will render it, so let's wait some seconds. I press Control R button to render the selected part, and let's wait a little bit. Okay, my render have finished, and let's see what we have. I press space button and you can see my animation, and I think it's amazing. You can see the rotation of our biker just now. Okay, and he goes from right to the left. If I hope you like this animation and my lesson about this plugin. Please support me by your likes. Please write your comments. Like your comments, I will read them all. And thank you for your watching. Please subscribe to my videos, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.